On and on I galloped, racing with the setting sun, and ere the crimson afterglow was past, I stood within Ravenna's walls at last. Thus wrote Oscar Wilde while traveling through northern Italy in 1877. The origins of Ravenna are shrouded in myth. Thousands of artifacts have been recovered from archeological sites about 25 kilometers southwest of the city, and dated to around 850,000 years ago, making this the oldest continuously inhabited region in Italy. The last geomagnetic reversal occurred about 780,000 years ago, and plunged Europe into an ice age which made the Po Plain inhospitable for thousands of years. The earliest civilizations flourished in the second millennium BCE, namely the Terra Mare and the Apennine cultures, followed by Umbrian, Etruscan, Celtic, and Germanic tribes in the first millennium BCE. The original settlement which grew into the city of Ravenna was a stilt village in the middle of a murky swamp, which turned into a lowest basin over several centuries. The Comacchio Lagoon lies about 10 kilometers north of the city, while the ancient Cervia salt mine is located about 15 kilometers to the south. In 27 BCE, Roman Emperor Octavian Augustus built the port of Classis between Ravenna and Cervia. Apollinaris was appointed first bishop of Ravenna during the reign of Emperor Claudius from 41 to 54 CE. During the Marcomannic Wars, lasting from 166 until 180 CE, Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius defended Ravenna from the invasion of Germanic and Sarmatian tribes. During this troubled time, he started writing his philosophical work called Meditations. In 402 CE, Emperor Honorius transferred the capital of the Western Roman Empire from Milan to Ravenna. The Orthodox baptistry and other religious buildings were erected at this time, whose interior decoration featured rich mosaics, which became the specialty of Ravenna's artists. Ravenna served as the capital of the empire until the last Western Emperor Romulus Augustulus, still an adolescent, was deposed and ousted by the Gothic chieftain Odoacer in 476 CE. However, in 493 Odoacer was slain by Theodoric, who invaded Italy and made Ravenna the capital of the Ostrogothic Kingdom. Ravenna became the stronghold of the Arian religion, and several temples were built between 493 and 530. Byzantine general Belisarius invaded Italy in 540, and Ravenna became the religious capital of the Byzantine Empire. The Basilica of St. Apollinaris near the port of Classis was consecrated in 549. The Bishops of Ravenna, officially known as exarchs, were often equated with antipopes. The last one, named Eutychius, was killed by the Lombard king Astolph in 751. The Ravenna cosmography, compiled in about 700, was the most detailed treatise on Eurasian geography of the Middle Ages. The poet Dante Alighieri relocated to Ravenna in 1318, until he died and was buried there in 1321. 2 columns were erected in the city's main square in 1483. The peculiar bas-relief at their base features 13 astrological signs, including Ophiuchus, the serpent-bearer. In 1512, a deformed child was said to have been born of a nun and a friar, and described as having a horned head and cloven hoofs. The news shocked the Pope, who nicknamed the infant the Monster of Ravenna. The incident also prompted Nostradamus to prophesy that tragedies and calamities would soon befall the city. Between 1512 and 1529, the city was sacked by the French, occupied by the Venetians, and eventually conquered by the Papal States. About 100 years after the Monster of Ravenna was born, English author Thomas Middleton was inspired to write a play set in Ravenna about a witch and her incestuous son. Actually, the gloomiest year for Ravenna was 1636, when an apocalyptic flood devastated the city. Of course, Ravenna also attracted Lord Byron, who lived there between 1819 and 1821, and wrote his Ravenna Journal. Last but not least, Austrian artist Gustav Klimt visited Ravenna in 1903, and its mosaics inspired him to create some of his most famous paintings.